Previously on Backpacks and Bumpers.
Ready to do it?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Got mosquitoes.
This hill is the devil.
More hill around the curve.
That was tough. Here's our bear pole.
Oh,
We got the big bag.
We have this whole beach to ourselves right now. That is crazy.
we're gonna have to stop every half mile to pee.
All right, see you down there.
He's so excited.
Last episode, we shared the ride getting from the Grand Island Ferry dock to the Preservation Point campsite with our bikes loaded down with camping gear and firewood. We took a southwest portion of the West Rim Trail before diverting to what we call the Center Road, but I think it's also known as Echo Road in the park. Now that we've gotten a good night's rest, it's time to explore what we came for: the mountain bike trails and the scenic spots of Grand Island. Full transparency, we are not mountain bikers.
Oh, big rock.
We tried it once, Lee was crazy about it, and when we saw that Grand Island had mountain bike trails, we said, why not? It's worth noting that the trails of Grand Island are actually the old logging roads, and there's a mix of single-track and two-track ATV trails, some sandy areas, some washed-out areas. We came across a couple of downed trees, and the potential for deep ruts is real. And in this episode, we're showing what the trails are really like for those who love to chase a thrill or seek a challenge. The perimeter loop ticks in at 20 miles and it is said to take 4 to 6 hours to complete, but there are scenic spots to stop at along the way, so if you're that person who likes to stop and enjoy the view, you might want to take that into account if you're just planning a day trip to the island.
That's supposed to be a road?
Looks like it hadn't been maintained in a little while.
Oh, yes, I think that's the cut through. And I saw some people that said, do not take that road.
Having fun now.
Come look over here. See that rock? It's a pretty little private beach. If you had only you had a boat.
Legit mountain bikers will get a good laugh, but we're each riding the trails today with unmodified Cannondale Quick CSs. These are hybrid bikes with multi-surface tires. You know, ideally we would own mountain bikes and road bikes and e-bikes, but space is tight in the RV life. So we're hoping that these are a good compromise for our lifestyle.
No, let's check this out. This is beautiful. I think we are, oh, there's the lighthouse way over there. You can only see that lighthouse by boat. Well, I meant closer. Our last viewpoint that we stopped at, I believe, is right there. Just that formation looks like that's what we saw over yonder.
Super clear water. Looks like something you see in the Caribbean.
I was actually reading some literature on one of the interpretive signs somewhere that says in some places you can see really large fish. I have not seen one yet. We come back up the east side so we can see this in the evening. See these colors. If you have a pontoon boat or any type of boat and you live near Lake Superior and you don't come here, you are missing out. If you guys are doing the East Rim, you gotta stop here. Beautiful views of the lighthouse, beautiful views of the cliffs, and if it's a really pretty day, you're gonna have some beautiful tropical looking water. Let's see what the name of this point is. Oh look, Lee's already snacking.
Let's go look at that campsite since we're stopped.
Okay. Well, let me get a snack too, but let's see what this campsite or this viewpoint is.
Called Caution.
Northeast Point.
Woo. This episode is obviously slanted towards mountain biking, and we're touching a little loosely on hiking. but you can still enjoy Grand Island even if you don't want to be this active. The Grand Island Ferry service offers a 4-hour tour with stops at 10 locations that include historic sites and scenic vistas, and it's all from the comfort of a bus. However, if this tour appeals to you, reservations are recommended, and I'll put a link in the description below.
This is the East Rim Trail. Giving my legs a break, babe. Wonderfully secluded. I don't think there's a campsite, a restroom, a viewpoint for 5 miles on the East Rim. Oh, check out this here mushroom. Ate a bug. Woo! Oh no. It's gonna leave some stains. In the mud hole. He slowed down. And I wasn't strong enough to make it through after the slowdown.
Ooh, you got Buddy back.
Yeah, I went to that water hole back there.
Okay, so for us, visiting Grand Island was originally slated to be a prep run for an upcoming backpacking trip, but we came across some locals in Munising that told us that the island is popular with the mountain bike crowd. So we decided to switch our plans up from backpacking to bikepacking to take advantage of doing something a little different in our RV lives. This ride down the East Rim made the whole experience worth it. Pain and suffering and all, it was absolutely worth it. This is only our second mountain biking trail, and we had a blast.
It's mean putting all that sand right before a hill.
Get out of the deep cloud.
This part of the East Trail is better than the west side, trail-wise anyway. It's not as rocky and rooty.
Oh, true. A lot of sand traps though. I don't know what real mountain bikers call them, but that's what I'm calling them. So if you're a snowmobiler and you want to risk these crazy hills on your snowmobile, go for it.
Mile 16. Straight, I guess. Yeah. Just opens up to a nice wide section of road again. That's a campground. Road's in campground. Luxury lane.
Hi.
Are you doing a loop? Or did you just come from LA? Or?
We camped up at the top last night.
Oh, you can't? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's half a mile longer to get to the dock to the right and the left. So this is that little shortcut we just saw.
Okay, so we want to take the shortcut
Yes.
so we can eat some lunch.
Yeah.
Sand trap right here. Right at,
Where we stopped.
I'm gonna walk it. Get outside the mud. Ow! I'll throw it with this out.
This little section of trail is amazing. The park only takes it in at 0.6 miles, but if you're heading south on the East Rim Trail, don't miss it.
I ate a couple leaves earlier. I'm about to skip lunch. Oh yeah, we have to come back up this. Way.
Alright, where's this not Echo Lake, what is it, Duck Lake?
Oh no. Wasn't expecting the choice. Oh, there's a star. So we just came down that little shortcut. So we just came down this little thing here.
Which was amazing.
So to the right, it's gonna take us around to Duck Lake and then back around to the west. To the left is going to take us where you have to hike.
Alright, so we gotta go right.
If we go that way, you got that much more trail. Then you got a 1.5 mile walk to get to, there's picnic table and bathrooms. Otherwise, we go on around to...
Oh, she said that we have to go down here. This is where the Artisanal Spring is. So we gotta go down there.
So that's all the way
That's
to
where
the
I want to
bottom.
get my water from. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, let's
It'll be the
go.
end of the world. I think this is going to be easy. This part's going to be easy.
Well, let's go find out.
All right. We'll swap batteries at the...
Oh!
I am ready for dinner.
Dinner?
Like that hearty stew.
Oh.
I should have brought 2 of those. I've burned some calories in that 2 days. And fish is not very good.
Duck Lake.
Do we? Where do we have to go?
We just saw, like, it's not going to be as nice as Lake Superior. We just left.
Let's go look at it.
It's going to be inferior.
We're headed to the Artisanal Spring. We can take a quick peek at Duck Lake.
As soon as we get within time to your light.
Oh, so this little tiny lake.
There's the ducks. Oh, we can get water right here. We don't have to go down to your...
Enough looking? Some of the easiest trail we've been on since we've been here. This part of East Rim Trail.
Amateur grill. Then you got your professional grill.
Let's have a party.
Put a lot of burgers on this one. Gotta use the wide lens to even get it all.
If you're coming to Grand Island with a large group, this Murray Bay group site looks fantastic.
Do this with no support.
Dude, that stinks. I can't sit downwind.
This is Murray Cove, and if you rent a kayak, they're gonna ask you to skirt this little cove when you start paddling. They say there is a pretty wicked current coming through the channel right there, or the inlet. I think it's 10 miles round trip. If you pick your kayak up over at the landing, which is around this bend, and then it goes a pretty good ways beyond that one, beyond that bend.
Yeah, I want you to come out to stay on the shore and go.
Right. Oh,
Around
look,
to
there's
the
some
lighthouse.
kayakers right there.
Yep. Go around to the lighthouse on the other side.
So today it's pretty choppy though. I don't know that I'd want to be on it today.
Shoot, yeah.
You're gonna be fighting it.
Don't be such a sissy.
Oh, please. All right, let's go. We're on our way to check out the cemetery. Cemetery from inhabitants of the island. The lady at the ferry said she has ancestors here. It's pretty cool. $1855. All these are descendants of the Williams. Oh, look at that one. 1792.
The trail on the southeast side of the island is really just packed road, so there's nothing technical, but it does have hills.
What? This is a hill. Woo! Finally. I'm not wanting to go back to the creek tonight after this, so let's make sure we have all of our water. Definitely not riding back to the creek. Maybe walking. Stone Quarry Cabin, restored in 2000 through a partnership between Elizabeth Ring Mather and William Gwynn Mather Fund, the Grand Island Association, and the U.S. Forest Service. Named for a nearby lakeside stone quarry, circa 1860s. Stone Quarry Cabin is among the oldest standing buildings on Lake Superior's shoreline. It's not a bad view.
Okay, since we've already ridden the route on the southwest side of the perimeter trail and we showed you guys that terrain in part 1 of Grand Island, I'll put a link below in the description if you missed it. But we've opted to take another route back to camp so we can see more of the island's roads. But first we're backtracking to Murray Bay to get water from this artisanal spring. And let me just tell you guys that we both really wish we had tasted this water before we filled up every container that we have brought with us. Because frankly, it's kind of gross, guys. It's metallic tasting and kind of funky. Think of licking a cast iron pan. It was really gross. But the water spigot that was immediately adjacent to the artisanal well was out of order. So we just went with it.
You know what? Wait a minute.
It turns out even crossing Grand Island from east to west or west to east, pick your poison, there's a hill. Which totally makes sense because what goes up must come down, blah, 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 blah. So we obviously, did a little bike walking right here because we're not conditioned for this. Mountain bike newbies here. Plus we didn't learn from our first day. We're loaded down with more firewood and more water. The only thing we did learn was to take a different route back.
Careful with your load. Go Lake Creek. Overlooking the name. Chipping away at it. We just passed some bikers. First bikers we've actually passed on the trail. Said it was a fun hill, so means it's gonna suck for us. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It turns out the further north you go on the West Rim Trail, the more steep the incline.
Oops, wrong way. Take that back. Undo.
And before long, we're bike walking again. Almost bike crawling.
I said Control Z. Control Z. Oh my goodness. This wouldn't suck nearly as bad. I wasn't carrying about probably 20 pounds in wood and water on my bike. I'm toast. You want to know how much longer we got and just look at what's in front of me. Oh, shoot. And drop. Sand traps. Well, the ferns are pretty.
Just leave it there. I'll come back and get it in a second. Let's take a break.
So I think the island is like this. It feels like it's like this, but I think it's like this.
All right, look. We got ridge lines. So there's a ridge line there, so we're climbing that.
Yeah.
And we should be level. So maybe we'll be level for a while after this climb.
So you're promising that when we get to the top of that hill, we're going down.
It's gonna be, it looks like it's
Or
gonna
at
be
least
level
be level.
for a little bit. The overlook, you want to see the lake.
So if you're a mountain biker and you've made it to West Overlook and you're going south on the West Rim Trail, you're about to have the ride of your life. This is pretty though.
Yeah.
Don't recommend hauling 20 pounds of wood and water to do it, but it's pretty. Glad we did it.
Big drop. Cliff area. Close the logging trucks, they say. Oh, is that the creek? Mile 9. Home sweet home. How was your ride around the island?
Get my bike.
Got it.
Oh my God. That was intense. So glad to be laying my big fat head down. Parts of it were fun until the very end. I got a pretty view right now though.
This was a tough ride for me, but after a little rest, a warm fire, and a hearty meal, our early night rolled into a rainy morning. We spent a couple of hours hanging out in the tent, but of course I had to play around with the local wildlife a little bit before finally conceding for the day and loading our bikes up to head out. Our Cannondale Quick CSs did phenomenal. We didn't have any damage, and the only issue that we had was a loose seat, and Lee was able to tighten that up. Luckily, we noticed before the screw came out, but we think that the issue came in from the jarring of the trails.
Our grand adventure on the island
That
wraps up our 3-hour tour.
So that wraps up our adventure on Grand Island. I think we'll come back in the future. What do you think? Maybe. There's so many cool things to see around the United States that finding one place you want to go back to over and over again is pretty easy, actually.
This is definitely a great spot. I love the campsite. There's a few less people here than there are on Mackinac Island. 20 miles around this island, and it's 8 miles around Mackinac.
It's a lot more different.
A lot more different. Hey,
It's a lot harder to get around this island than it is Mackinac.
But we saw 10 people going around the whole 20 miles.
This is definitely a great place. You can't beat this view. This is the view from what? Preservation Point. And if you're interested, that over there, we believe is Gull Point. So come have yourself an adventure if you're in the area. Apparently, while we were off on our mountain bike trip for 3 days,
Got some new guests.
we have some visitors who like flaxseed. And now they're in the RV somewhere.